Well, good morning, everyone. Good morning. Just up this morning, Monday morning, and just wanted to come on here and share some words of inspiration with you. Um, prayerfully, everyone had a wonderful weekend and getting up and getting ready to do it all over again for another week. On this morning, something that I over the weekend thought about, and it's the fact that sometimes in speaking to others, you find out we beat ourselves down a lot, so much more, and not because of what we really and how we really feel about ourselves. Sometimes we get so in tune to what everybody else is saying about us and saying around us that we have a tendency to forget about who we are. But I want to tell you this morning, we are, listen to me now, because I posted that on yesterday. You are bigger, listen to me closely. You are bigger than what people see. You are bigger than what people see. Because here's the thing. People will see what they want to see about you because they want to be able to say what they want to say about you. But you are bigger than what they see. And a lot of times we give up our freedoms. We ourselves give up our freedoms from who we are because we're trying to be what they say we are. You, with everything going on around you, and we've got a lot going on just in this country alone. We've got a lot going on around us, but you have stood the course. You've done that. You might feel like everything is just shattering underneath you, but it's not. What happens is we all have to somehow pull it back together. We got to pull it back together. We're allowing life, and we're all guilty of it at points. We're allowing life to take control of us instead of doing our best to control our own individual lives. That is where many of us have fallen short. That goes for me and others. But you gotta get back up on your feet and realize that you are bigger, much bigger than what people see. Let's take a look at some of the things that of your character, of who you are. Just look at you're fearless. Some of you are fearless. Some of you are motivational. Some of you are the fabric in that family that holds everybody together, that holds that family unit together. There are those of you who are resolvers in the family or whatever relationships you're in. You're leaders. There's so many positive things about you that you cannot just put it to the back and hide it in a corner somewhere. Because you are bigger than what you see. Because, why I say that? People turn their back on you. God didn't. He kept building you. He kept building you. I was sharing with someone that kept saying, well, they this and they that. And you know, most of the times when you say they, it's a negative coming behind it. Okay? So I said, hold on a minute. Wait, let's kind of dissect this. They, number one, keep this in mind. They always represented confusion. That word, they, has always represented confusion, has always represented lack of. So you might say, well, Electra, what do you mean by that? Listen to when somebody say they. They get on my nerves. They, who do they think they are? We did this, but they didn't do nothing. They always been messy. They. Keep that in mind. Every time you see that word they, or someone mentions the word they, it's majority, 99% of the time, which doesn't leave much room. 99% of the time, confusion and mess will follow behind it. That's the dichotomy of how they works. We did this and put we up, but they didn't do nothing. So this is why this morning when I come on just to speak to you for a few minutes, to let you know you are bigger than what people see. Good morning, Tony. You bigger. You know why you're bigger? Because God is bigger than what they see in your life. You carry a strength with you. You do that. You carry hope with you. You do that. You carry reasoning on your shoulders. You do that. You're not walking around with lack of, trying to destroy somebody else. You see how powerful you are. If you just take the time to tap in to who you are, you so much bigger than people see you. But you got to see yourself like that. You've made so many steps, so many accomplishments. Just reflect back on them and stop sitting down and reflecting on what they said, because they always been messy. They can't live. Listen to me. I'm defining the word, quote, they, unquote. I'm defining that for you. I'm not talking about a particular person, a particular individual. I'm talking about the manner in which people speak against you. And listen to this. You, whoever you are, you have to stop accepting the things that they're speaking against you, and realize and recognize and hold it close to you that they always been missing. Always. Because that's how they operate. When you put the capsule on that thing, when you dissect that, you will see the destruction that they can cause if, catch this now, you let them do it. If you let them do it, they'll take you to the brink. See, people, they have a purpose. Oh, they always have a purpose. And it's never good. They want to destroy you. Wants to destroy you. In fact, when they don't like you, okay, they work to the opposite of everything that you really stand for. Let me give you some examples this morning, if you don't mind. First of all, let's talk about if you are an intelligent person, the opposite of what? What is the opposite to your intelligence? They say, this is what they say. They say you are unworthy. They say you don't know nothing. They say you don't qualify. But you know that you are intelligent. You know that. Because you know why? Because you know how you handle things with such dignity, with such care, with such tenacity. But they say you weak. That's opposite of your tenacity. It's some things about your character that your opposition try to make other people feel like is not true about you. Because they say that all those things that you are, they say you are not. You know you a leader. You know you are in your own way. You have some strong leadership skills. But they try to make you feel like you don't. They say you don't know nothing. They say you lost. Look here. You making many strides, right? And you know you a winner. I pray that everybody that's listening to me this morning, you need to get that in your mind. You a winner. Get that in your mind. Nobody else have to tell you that. You need to get that in your mind. That you a winner. And you know why you need to know that you're a winner? Because you've done some wonderful, marvelous things. You've overcome some things. You've beat some things out. Some people have beat cancer. Beat it out. Every day, going there, ringing that bell at some hospital around this world. You a winner. You a winner. Some people that thought the lack of finances was going to take everything away from them. But somehow you pulled it together and you still have the things that you worked so hard for. And you didn't go take nothing away from nobody else. You just kept doing what you had to do to hold on to what you already have. You're a winner. You're a winner. I will say for myself, just last week, I went to the neurosurgeon. And let me tell you something. I didn't know how that thing was going to turn out. I really didn't. But being human, in your mind, this little mind of mine, for sure. For some, you know, the negative always jump in there. But you can't give negative a seat at your table because it'll take you down. Negativity will take you down, right? So I'm sitting out there waiting for him to come and get me, his nurse, to come get me. But when I got back there, what I thought was going to be the opposite happened. I got good news. I got good news. Yes, your condition exists. But right now, we're going to hold up on surgeries because we're going to take another route before we even go that deep. Now, y'all know I wanted to run out of there, just jump up and start running. But on the inside of me, my heart began to smile. Not that I gave up on God at all. It's just that human side of me that got prepared for the worst. But you know what God said? You a winner. My daughter, you a winner. Ain't nobody saying that is gone away. I'm just saying that God say, I'm working that thing out in a different manner than what you thought, than what you prepared yourself for. Because you are bigger than what people see. You know why you bigger? Because I'm your father. That's why you bigger. They got a song say, he's bigger than that. He's bigger. My grandson used to mime off of that song with some other young men. Bigger. He's so much bigger. Look at your life and you'll see what God is bigger than. He's bigger than any situation that you are facing this morning. He's bigger than that trouble in that marriage. He's bigger than that. He's bigger than the illness that you face. He's bigger than that. He's bigger than the troubles you might be having with your children. He's bigger than that. He's bigger than the situations on your job. He's bigger than that. He's bigger than the racial divide. He's bigger than that. He's bigger than the confusion in your mind of not knowing which way to go. He's bigger than that. He's bigger than the words that people say about you right now. He's bigger than that. He's always bigger than your opposition. Because you and me both got some. He's bigger than your opposition. He's bigger than that. He's bigger than what the world try to make you believe about yourself. He's bigger than your finances. He say you don't have to have what somebody else got. You just take what I gave you and I'm gonna make that multiply. See, he bigger than that. He bigger than that $200 or $300 you got. You need 600. You only got 300. But God say, I supply your need. He bigger than that 300. You don't know how he gonna touch hearts. You don't know how he's gonna touch minds. He bigger than any situation in your life. And because you know him the way that you know him, he's speaking to you, telling you, you are bigger than what the people see. The people trying to run over you. The people trying to call you nothing. The people trying to say you so small. God say you bigger than that. I was sharing with my daughter on yesterday in discussion about how you got to starve your enemy. Because if you starve your enemy, you allowing them to implode themselves. How do you starve your enemy? See, because that's they. That's part of your they. Your enemy, that's your they. How do you make them allow them to implode themselves? See how they implode those buildings? From the inside. And they bring them down to a level playing field. See, that's what you got to do with your enemy. You implode them. You don't feed them nothing. I don't care what they say about you. See, they always been messy. It's just that they haven't always been messy with you. But since it's your turn, don't you feed your enemy. You got to starve your enemy out. You got to starve them out. I don't care what they do. I don't care when they come in your face and they try to pretend to be on your team. Don't you give them nothing to work with. That's the way you do your enemy. You starve them out. Whenever they come into, and you already recognize that that's your enemy. Don't feed them. See, you don't invite your enemy into your space. Because a snake is still a snake. It don't matter how he present himself. He's still a snake. He can get caught in the winter storm. But when he thaws out, if you take him into your home, or you take her into your home, just to warm them up, because it's cold out there, right? When they thaw out, they still gonna be a snake. You don't never help to feed your enemy. You starve them out. Because they always been messy. You know the days in your life. You know who they are. You know the day. You got some people on your job. You know if they had their way, you wouldn't even have a job. Because they would make sure of that. Because no matter how hard you work, no matter all of your strides, they'll never recognize you. You can be the hardest one working, and they'll never, ever recognize you. Why do you think in this day and time, and all of us have some jobs, it's as if the person that do the least get the most rewarded? You know why? They know that that person didn't do everything that they saying that they did. Because they got to find some stuff to say that they did so that they can reward them, right? That's how they work. And they will reward someone. They will give things to someone who has done absolutely nothing to deserve it, because they're in opposition to you. But they're imploding themselves because you have to deal with your own wrong. So see, my job is to starve you out. See, I'm not going to give you no energy. I'm not going to give you no energy on that. I'm not going to feed you. I'm going to let you implode yourself. In other words, I'm going to let you destroy yourself. And I'm not going to do nothing to hurt you to do that. Because one thing about it, when we're doing things that's not right, we have to live with that on the inside of us. On the inside of us. When we wrong somebody, we have to live with that. When somebody wrongs you, they got to live with that. It don't just go away. It don't just go away because you've done it. It's still there. So, let me tell you this. Not to take anything away from you, from anybody. But prayerfully, to remind you this morning when you rise to your feet, and no matter what's on your heart, no matter what you faced over this weekend, no matter what people said opposite to who you are, don't let people make you feel like they want you to feel, because they always been messy. Always. And that will not change. But the way that you can beat they out, you starve them to death. Starve your enemy to death. Don't give them anything to work with. If they speak, you speak. But when you speak and you keep going. You don't have a conversation because that's what they looking for. They've been messy for a long time. And just because they have come into your life and attempted to interrupt your life, you keep moving. All right? That was on my heart, and I did not want to pass this opportunity to share it with you this morning. Because you know what? I want you to keep this in your mind. You are bigger. You are bigger than what people see. You bigger. You are bigger than what people see. Because you are a winner in so many ways. Because you've beat the odds. In so many different situations, you have beat the odds of the opposition that you have faced. All right? So y'all have a wonderful day today. I have a long day today. And so I'll talk to you guys tomorrow morning. And I pray that everyone is feeling good this morning in getting ready to just enjoy this day that we've been blessed with. And guess what? See yourself bigger, okay? Than any situation that you're facing right now. All right. Talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.